friends, and welcome back to She Speaks Truth, the podcast where faith meets real life. Healing begins with honesty, and purpose rises from ashes of our past. I'm your host, Tommy Lynn, and I am so excited to welcome you into this chapter of our journey. If you've been walking with us for a while, you already know this is a space for bold truth, raw conversations, and Christ centered healing. But today, I'm stepping into something even deeper, and I want you to come with me. We're turning our hearts fully toward marriages, relationships, and the sacred bond between husband and wife. Whether you are dating, newly married, or in a long term marriage that needs a fresh wind, we're creating this space just for you. Because here's the truth: relationships aren't just about love. They are about intentionality, about going back to what God designed, about fighting for connection, even when life gets heavy, and about learning to speak life, truth, and grace into the one you love. On this episode, you are going to hear about reclaiming your dating life with your spouse, communication that unlocks emotional intimacy, biblical principles for thriving relationships. We have journal entries you can do, prayer strategies, and couple challenges, and powerful conversations that help you fall in love again with God and with each other. So let's get started. Let's read out of Colossians chapter 4, verse 6. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that ye may know how ye ought to answer every man. In this world, it is full of text messages that replace talking, schedules that replace spontaneity. One of the greatest casualties in marriage is meaningful conversation. Yet it is often the most simplest and most biblical pathway back to intimacy. When the spark feels distant and connection feels fragile, it's not grand vacations or expensive gifts that bring you back. It's honest, grace filled communication. Conversation is where love is nourished, trust is built, and passion is reignited. Let's be real, ladies, for real. Life happens. I get it. You get it. Jobs get demanding, babies crying through the night, bills that need to be paid, and by the time dinner is on the table, you've got nothing left but either silence or surface talk. But in the quiet corners of your marriage, God is whispering, come back to each other, begin again. And it all starts with a simple conversation. The Bible is full of communication. God speaks. His people respond. Relationships are built through dialogue. In the garden, God walked with Adam and Eve in the cool of the day. That's in Genesis chapter 3, verse 8. And in the Song of Solomon, we hear lovers exchange sweet and poetic words. And in Ephesians chapter 4, verse 29, we are told, let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying. Communication is a spiritual discipline. It's how we show love, resolve conflict, express needs, and restore connection. When done with kindness and truth, conversation becomes holy ground, especially in marriage. If you're anything like me, you don't realize how easy it was to slip into autopilot. At first, we were dating each other intentionally, asking thoughtful questions, laughing late into the night, texting each other sweet things throughout the day. We chased each other. But after years together, the words got fewer, the questions got shorter, the silence stretched longer. We stopped asking about each other's dreams and we started managing life instead of enjoying it. So let me be clear, every couple goes through a dry season. That doesn't mean you're broken, it means you're human. But it does mean you need a plan to restore the connection. And again, ladies, that starts with conversation. Here's the good news: rebuilding emotional intimacy doesn't require a dramatic intervention. It starts with consistent, intentional, grace filled conversations. You can take back your dating life with your husband simply by talking again with purpose. Here are a few biblical, heart centered steps I want to go over with you. Number one, start with prayer. If you have any wisdom that you lack, ask God. James chapter 1, verse 5. Before you dive into a deep talk, ask the Holy Spirit to guide your heart and your words. Ask God to help you listen more than you speak and speak life more than you complain. Okay? Number two is choosing the right time. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 7 reminds us there's a time to keep silent and a time to speak. The, the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 3 is one of my favorite chapters. Timing matters. Don't drop a serious conversation in the middle of chaos. Seriously. Find a quiet moment after dinner, on a walk, before bed, where you both can be fully present. And then number three, we're going to ask real questions. Ladies, this is important. We have to ask real questions. Jesus was a master of asking questions. Who do you say I am? Do you want to be made whole? Good questions stir the soul. Ask your husband, what's been weighing on your heart lately? What's something I used to do that made you feel loved? What's your biggest dream right now? Real questions open the door to real intimacy. And then number four, practice grace filled listening. We have to put our listening ears on. Ladies, we have to. Be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath. That is James chapter 1, verse 19. Listening, listening is an act of love. Don't interrupt. Don't judge. Just listen and let your husband feel safe being vulnerable. When your marriage becomes a safe space, intimacy returns. There's going to be another episode that I'm going to talk about allowing our husbands to feel vulnerable. So I want you to make sure you stay tuned for that one because you don't want to miss it. But let's keep going. We're going to move on to number five. Celebrate small wins. Did he open up about stress at work? Celebrate it. Did he ask you how you were feeling for once? Girl, acknowledge it. Little steps toward connection deserves celebration. It reinforces that this is a new rhythm you are building together. Listen, dating isn't what you did before marriage. It's how you keep the marriage thriving. It's not always about dinner reservations or weekend getaways. Sometimes it's sitting in the living room with candles lit, your phones are off. Sometimes it's laughing over your old inside jokes. Sometimes it's asking, how's your heart today? Dating is the pursuit. And when conversation is your tool, You show your spouse, I still want to know you. I still choose you. I am still listening. Well, let's be honest. Sometimes your husband might not engage the way you hope. He might not have the words or the emotional vocabulary. And that's okay. Be patient. Be patient with him. You're not trying to change him, you are inviting him. And every seed you plant in love will bear fruit. I promise. Keep speaking life. Keep showing up. Continue creating a safe space for conversation to happen. You'll be surprised how his heart softens with time. The world teaches us that intimacy is mostly physical, but God showed us that true intimacy is knowing and being known. That is the beauty of marriage, a space where we can be fully seen and still fully loved. And that kind of intimacy, it begins with words, words that heal, words that listen, words that reach across the gap, words that rebuild trust. Conversation is our gateway back to love, passion, and friendship. It's your first date all over again. And the best part, you can start tonight. If you're writing in a journal, use this prompt, right? What is one thing you want your husband to know that you haven't said in a long time? Write that down and then answer it. Answer it honestly. Answer yourself honestly because you deserve that. You deserve answering yourself honestly. And then I want you to do one more thing. I want you to plan a 20-minute conversation either tonight or tomorrow night with no phones, no TV, and no distractions. Ask, what's one thing that made you smile this week? And see the response that you get. See what he says. So, I also want to share with you some things that we have coming up this fall. It is big. As this journey unfolds, let me tell you, I am beyond excited about what we've been building, my husband and I.